Hi you guys. Hey guys, this is Kristen on our Lost and Found page. I just did a quick live video on it's called Chalk Paint 101, and we were dry brushing this dresser, and I decided to I gotta continue painting because I have the paint out. So I just am gonna update this quilt rack to kind of go with this dresser, and I thought I'll just come live and do it on our page. Why not? So I'm gonna use sea glass, which is one of the colors in the dresser. And the dresser's still in progress. It's not done. I just kind of laid down 5 different colors, dry brushed on. I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm going to see where I want to add a little bit more and maybe use a little wax. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you something that I like to do for like something to really quickly paint something. You know, our blue sponges that we love so much to put our gator hide on with and other top coats. You can also use it to paint. It goes really fast, you guys. You can paint something really quickly with these blue sponges if you have something with a big flat surface. Like this is pretty flat. Like I like to do tabletops with this a lot. Jenny's on. Hi, girlfriend. Jenny, I just finished up that video, so we're actually live. I'm live right now because I decided I had all the paint out and I might as well just keep painting. So I'm painting this little quilt rack to match the dresser. So I just poured some of the sea glass in a bowl, and I'm going to use the sponge. I love the little handles on it. And I'm just going to, smush it around in there. That big old technical term. And you just kind of want to get it covered, but you don't have to have it, I kind of squeeze a little bit out so you don't get drips. And all you're going to do, that's it. Goes on really quick and fast. It's got awesome coverage. It's so easy. Like this will be done in 5 minutes. And then I'll add something later. Like I'll let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow I'll come back and I'll probably put some wax. I mean, I might top coat it, but I might accent it with a little colored wax. I'm not sure. And that's all you have to do, you guys, is use that sponge. You don't use a ton of pressure on it. And look at the coverage. I mean, I'll probably go back and do another coat to fill in everything, but I mean, look at that. So easy. Right down the sides. Whoops. Laying in the dresser. And it goes on really smooth. Using the sponge goes really smooth. And don't forget the little inside guys. So this is going to go really fast. I figured I'd just keep painting since I got everything out. But look at the coverage. It's like, hi. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. I used to be primitive, and now I'm going to be beachy. Or cottagey. Or lakey. Bright. Something bright and fun. And it's just paint, so if you get tired of it, you can paint it a different color. How easy is that? All I did was clean the piece. I didn't sand or anything. There's some little marks in it, but they're like in the finish, but they're not gouges. So they just, it's like maybe somebody sanded it to try to distress it a little bit, but they're not like gouges where there's flaws in the actual piece. So all I had to do was clean it, which was so easy. So, just figured, I haven't painted live on our page lately, and I gotta start doing that again. So why not do it now? Hey. So glad Jenny's watching. Thank you. Jenny's watching. It's so awkward doing these videos, you guys. I feel like so silly. But, gotta do them. Gotta do them. Look at this, ready? Can you see that, star? Bam. Goodbye, star. Lights out. Lights out, star. Whoops. I mean, that is so easy. And it goes on so smooth with the sponge. So much fun. prefer to do 2 thin coats. You could really like lay it on thick, and that's fine, but I like to do the thin coats because it cures harder, so you have a more durable finish, and it eliminates your brush strokes and that type of thing. But you can, you know, some people prefer to put full coverage on the first coat. I prefer not to. So, I'm spilling everything. If you know me, you know that's normal. You know that's normal. Do, 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 do. So I was painting on this other page a few minutes ago, and you know, I was just talking and stuff and painting, and this big jar of empty paint I had it on the counter. It's one of the Moonshine Metallics, but it's empty. But I use it like as a display, and it fell, and I'm like, who knocked that over? So we have a theory on that page. Everybody on that page thought I must have a ghost here. So if anybody's here from the area, you know any history about 47 Main Street, let me know. Whoever is here is friendly, I will say that. I've never felt like threatened or weird. But I would love to know. I know there used to be a shoe store here. I love the old pictures of the window. So I'm just kind of scrunching the sponge to get around those areas, but then I'll smooth it out in one direction. So the finish is in one direction. But it's such an easy way to paint something really quick is to use the sponge. And the sponges, you just wash right out, you clean them. And I love them for the top coats and for doing this type of painting. So, let's see. Let's get some more paint on here. Everybody ready for Thanksgiving? Can't believe it's just a few days away. It's like, what's going on? Time is going so fast. I need a, if I had one superpower, besides like, you know, curing diseases and stuff like that, but it'd be, could we stop time? Can we just stop time and everybody could get caught up in all their stuff and life in general, and then continue? Like, that would be awesome. If you had a superpower, what would it be? I know, it is our ghost, Jenny, it is. He's friendly, though. I've never felt threatened, ever. And I'm in here a lot by myself, and I'll see things, but I never feel like, uh-oh, never. So whoever it is nice. It's a nice ghost. So it looks kind of weird and kind of like yucky the first coat because, you know, it's not like evenly coated. But the second coat, it dries so fast that I'm going to put a second coat on it right away. The second coat will fill all that in. All these little areas in. And a nice smooth finish. And then I got to decide how I want to finish it. Wax, clear coat. I love the flat clear coat for something like this because it gives you the protection of being water resistant, but it has that flat look, which I like for certain pieces. And I just learned a trick too about the flat top coat, which I can't wait to try, is a lot of people will use flat top coat, one coat first, and then they'll use gator hide. So I can't wait to try that. So that's what I love gator hide, but I do know it can be tricky at times. So I'm gonna try that next time and see if it's something I would recommend to people. I wanna try it first, but the people that I saw do it, they're like professionals, so I would definitely recommend it based on their experience. But I just can't wait to try it. Love learning the little ins and outs. We should all be constantly learning and helping each other. So there's one coat, just real quickly put on with the sponge. So I just wanted to come on, you guys. Well, I'll just start the second coat to see how, so you can see how it fills in. You need to paint your ladder quilt. You can do that. You can easily paint that. It's really easy to do, Susie, I promise. I promise, and you will be happy with the results. I'm going to pour some more paint in my little bowl here. And I'm using the bowl because I'm using the sponge, so I want something that I can dip it in. Now, you might use a little more paint when you use a sponge. But it goes so quickly. And, like, look, there's a little bit of paint in there, but I'll squeeze it. And it's not really coming out, so it is pretty good. I mean, some of it's going to get washed down the drain, whether you use a brush or whether you use a sponge. But I love the sponge for a quick application on smooth, flat surfaces. Nothing with a lot of curves or details, just nice and flat. So here's our second coat. Just nice, long strokes. Just put it on there, smooth it out. Easy peasy. You just want to finish with one movement for a nice even finish. Whether you're using a brush or a sponge, it is a good practice to get your paint on, but then when you're finished, like, just smooth it out with one long finish. So there's a little bump that is having a hard time getting in, but that's okay. Because if I really wanted to, I could go over it with some with a little brush to get it in there. And you can squish the sponge everywhere, in and out. And all the paint will wash off. So you'll be good to go to use, if you have one sponge, they're $3. You'll be good to go to wash it out and then use it for your top coats, or if you're going to use it with another paint color. And then you'll notice, like, after a while, it'll start to kind of fall apart a little bit. But you do have two sides that you can use. So they do last quite a while, and they have these really nice grippers in there. Hi, Jen. How are you? I know, I like that color too. Oh my goodness, Kristana's watching. You guys, go follow Kristana, Bella Ranavere. She's one of our brand ambassadors, and she's amazing. She does the coolest finishes. She just did this one. It was carnival glass finish. It's gorgeous. So go like her page. She does a lot of live videos and tutorials. I learn a lot from Kristana. And she's also a riot and a cutie patootie and extremely helpful. And you guys, we just started a YouTube channel. So if you want to follow our YouTube channel, it's Lost and Found Mercantile. Well, we'll be putting up cute, easy tutorials, like really easy, short tutorials. Like if you're just beginning and you want to learn how to paint, we're just doing little snippets. Like we just did one that I'll probably edit and put on there about dry brushing. If you haven't tried a technique, just try it. There's tons of videos out there to learn. The hardest part is picking out the color, and then the only rule is to have fun. Besides prepping your piece by cleaning it well and scuff sanding it if you need to. Hey Art, how are ya? Yes, she should be sleeping. So yeah, just using the little sponge just real quick, just to continue this, our little beachy look, updating a guest room for the holidays. It'll just take you, an hour or two and a little bit of paint. We dry brushed the dresser with just chip brushes and a couple colors. And now we're painting the quilt racks that go with it. I might finish this off with a little brush just to get into some of the areas that I can't with the sponge. But the sponge is a great way to quickly put on a coat of paint. Nice and smooth. So, yep. Has everybody here tried Dixie Belle before? It's such a great paint. It has awesome coverage. There's no VOCs. It's so easy to use. It's so user-proof. So, gotta pour a little more paint in. Sea glass. This gorgeous, gorgeous color of sea glass. Has anybody painted with this color? I want to know. It was one of the first colors from Dixie Belle that I used was sea glass. I love it. Love it. Let's see, I'm going to turn it this way so you guys can see this coverage of this awesome paint. Nice and easy. So imagine like if I had done this dresser just with one color, you know how fast that would have gone with the sponge? So fast. And it's nice and smooth. It comes out nice and smooth. I remember the first time I used a sponge to paint something, it was a tabletop, and I was like, oh my gosh, it literally took me 5 minutes. This is just taking a little longer because there's like little bits to it. But if you just had one smooth tabletop, you would be done in 5 minutes. And a nice smooth finish. I mean, it's such a great tool. I love using brushes and hand brushing. I do. I love brushes. But sometimes I just want to use this. And this is why, just to give it a nice, even, quick coverage. So you guys can see that? Hopefully you can see okay. I'm probably going to sign off because I'm going to continue with this, and I'm going to continue some dry brushing on my dresser, but I don't want to bore you guys. So you guys have a great, yes, I love them for spindles. They're awesome for spindles. Before the sponge, I used to use a sock on spindles, but I like the sponge way better. And it has this great gripper that you can just go like that with. Make funny faces. So you guys, I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, you guys. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you can always private message me on our page, Lost and Found Mercantile. I'll be happy to answer any paint questions. And if I don't know the answer, I'll refer you to somebody who does. And have a great night, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. Oh, I see Kara. Hi, Kara. See you guys. Thank you. Mwah. Bye.